Hey guys, Slimber here, and today we're going to do a video on something I saw on Turning Point USA. I think the guy's name is Brandon Tatum, I think is his name, but he's kind of a fucking bootlicker. Anyways, let's just get right into this, shall we?
You're gonna take police from single moms, vulnerable children, domestic violence victims, the people who need them the most. You're robbing them, and you should be ashamed of yourself. My name is Brandon Tatum. I did 6.5 years on the police department, and I did just about everything you can imagine. I was on the SWAT team. I was a field training officer, meaning I trained new officers how to become officers, and I was involved in almost every aspect of the police department. To all you woke leftists out there,
Yeah?
let me give you a reality check.
Okay.
There are dangerous, evil people in this world.
Like police?
And when that dangerous, evil person comes to your front door, force entry into your house with your children there, who are you gonna call?
An ambulance after I fucking shoot them? Whatever happened to you conservatives making the fucking Second Amendment argument all the time?
You're not gonna call the politicians. You're not gonna call the activists who are out here defunding the police. You're gonna call a man or a woman who's sworn to uphold the law wearing a badge. They're not gonna be cowardice.
Unless they see a dog doing nothing, or their own shadow that they might shoot at because it's black.
They're not gonna turn away from you because of your race, or because of what you look like, or because of your past mistakes.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit, dude. I knew somebody who got hit by a car, and he was kind of an alcoholic, but they were just like, oh, well, we presume you were probably drunk, so it's your fucking fault. It was a hit and run, too. Nothing ever came of it.
They're gonna come into your house, and they're gonna protect you with their whole life.
No, they're gonna come in your house and shoot your fucking dog, dude.
No matter what the consequences are, no matter if they never come home to see their family, they're gonna be there for you. I made $40,000 a year. I didn't do it for the money. I did it because I love my community.
You're right, they don't do it for the money. They do it for power!
You couldn't pay me enough to put my life on the line. You can't pay me enough to have to worry about not coming home every night to my children. You owe it to America to explain what part of the police department you plan on cutting. Are you gonna cut the domestic violence unit?
I don't know, will they do anything about the 40% of cops that beat their fucking wives? There are several cases where the police defended domestic abusers, by the way.
Are you gonna cut the individuals who investigate child sex crimes, internet crimes, elder abuse? Are you gonna cut the SWAT team?
You mean the guys who shot that guy who got swatted?
Some of the best trained men and women in the entire world. Who do you think is gonna handle terrorist attacks on American soil?
The FBI?
Who do you think is gonna stop the drug dealers from dealing drugs to your children?
Well, first of all, I don't want them to stop them. And second of all, I thought Turning Point USA, I thought they were for non-regulated capitalism. So why are you advocating for police arresting drug dealers? You fucking hypocrites. And third of all, even if I did, the answer would be the DEA.
Who's gonna do that for you? You guys are not equipped to do that. That's why you have police officers that go through the training. Have you ever been to an academy? Do you know what we learn? Do you know the sacrifices that are made? Do you know how much we spend time learning about the laws? Learning about the Constitution?
Right, that's why so many cops violate your constitutional rights, right?
Learning about how to de-escalate? Learning about crisis intervention? Learning about mental health crisis?
Anybody who's looked into suicide by cop, or, you know, actually dealt with cops in a mental health crisis, knows this is fucking bullshit. If we want to talk about an emergency service that really understands mental health crises, look into CWS, Community Welfare Services. I don't know if it's in every state. I know the state I'm in Michigan it is. I have friends that work for them. They really, really are trained on shit like that. They are trained much better than police. And in fact, I would argue maybe they should replace police.
Learning how to drive, how to shoot, it's your fault that people are out here killing police officers for no reason, ambushing police officers, the hatred and vitriol for really good people.
I mean, I disagree. I'd say it's police fault for, you know, being corrupt pieces of shit, but hey, thank you for the credit, my guy.
You are creating that animosity that should not exist. You're putting a target on our backs. You're making it unsafe for us to go to work. What do you think you're doing to the morale?
Honest to God, right? This video is 7 minutes of a cop whining about people being like, hey, maybe don't murder people. Honest to fucking God. If somebody uploaded a 7-minute video that works in fast food, uploaded a 7-minute video that said, hey, shitty customers, maybe don't be shitty fucking Karens to us. Maybe don't treat us like shit. Maybe, you know, be kind of reasonable if we fuck up, because occasionally we do that. I mean, unless, like, you know, it's understandable if, like, they fuck up, like, 4 or 5 times with it. I work in fast food. I would also be fucking annoyed by that. But, like, yeah, once or twice it fucking happens. If somebody made a video like that, Turning Point USA would be like, oh my god, you entitled fucking leftist.
Do you think it's exciting for a police officer to go to work?
Is it exciting for anybody to go to work? Who the fuck wants to get up early in the morning to go fucking work, especially if you're working in the public?
Why would anybody want to be a police officer right now? Why? The good men and women who are training, who are educated, who have had a passion since the day that they were born to be a servant is going to turn this job away. I want you to understand this. Policing in America is not just a job. It's a calling.
Well, that's all a lie.
And there are people who answer the call on a day-to-day basis. Why are you trying to destroy that dream? Why are you trying to distract and deter people from answering a calling on their life? And you're doing it for political gain.
Ah, yes, the political gain of stop murdering innocent people or people who are not putting your life on the line.
And all of these fraudulent politicians and celebrities yelling at you, telling you you should defund the police, guess what they have? Armed security. People that are there to protect them 24 hours a day. They have guns. You don't.
Says you.
And it breaks my heart to see a man of integrity served on the police department for 38 years, served honorably, served the community, was a leader, lost his life. And what do y'all say? Nothing. Nothing. You should be thinking about defunding the criminal element in the community. You guys are focused in the wrong area. We all understand policing and that we can all improve.
See, and this is where you actually start to get reasonable. But the thing is, when people say defund the police, now I think it's kind of, I guess, a bad term, because that's not what they really generally mean. They really mean to demilitarize the police, or to have police stop taking funding from things like education, like hospitals. That is simply what they mean, and you miss that through all of this.
I would love to see police officers have the availability to have more training, more exposure. That comes with more funding, not defunding.
Or, like, you know, reallocation of funding. Like, you know, reallocating the funds you have, instead of using it to militarize your police, maybe use the money to train them better.
Let me tell you what needs to be defunded. These failed government programs that have done nothing for young people in the inner city, not provided opportunities, haven't provided education, they have done nothing. The funding of the police department is where you see success. A well-funded police department with good, adequate training, that's what's going to protect these young people. That's what's going to keep people safe. That's what's going to get the guns off of the streets. That's going to give young people an opportunity to flourish, to live their dreams, to accomplish things without getting snuffed out through gang violence, through drugs, through homicides. Come on, man, it's common sense. But y'all not operating on common sense. You're operating on emotions. You're operating on political correctness. You're operating on mob rule. You and I both know what's really going on in these cities. You and I both know that the politicians have failed you.
And you know what? Here's something we can agree on. Yep, it is the fucking politicians' fault, because they've done nothing to stop the police when they do shit like this. Absolutely fucking nothing. Or when they do something, it's usually a weak half measure. That is a big problem. I agree.
You and I both know that you're not really worried about the police officer riding a police car down the street and that they're gonna harass you. You know you're worried about wearing the wrong color on the wrong street.
No. No, not at all. In fact, even here in the suburbs, I'm pretty much from fucking everywhere. I've lived in the fucking hood. I've lived in fucking Hickville. I've lived in fucking the suburbs. Right now I live in the suburbs. Even here in the fucking suburbs, I've been stopped by police while I'm doing fucking nothing. Literally just walking to work. What are you doing? Nothing. Literally going to work. Like fucking checking my ID and shit. when I'm literally fucking not doing anything wrong. They have no probable cause. And to note, I'm sure people in the comments are gonna be like, hey, you know, that's not legal. Maybe you should fucking, like, be like, hey, no, you can't search my ID, you don't have probable cause. Which sometimes I do when they do shit like that. It doesn't happen too often, but it happens. The thing is sometimes it just gets you out fucking faster to be like, whatever, do your fucking thing, retard.
You're worried about the dope boys in the hood selling dope, creating zombies. And for you hypocrites out there, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because you know you're doing this for political expediency. You're doing this for elections. You know you really don't care about the inner city. You know you really don't care about violence. Because if you did, you'd have done something about it 30, 40 years ago.
And you know what? I guess I'll have to give him another one he's right about. Because yeah, a lot of these politicians or neoliberals don't fucking care. They literally don't care and are just hopping on it right now just to be like, aha, fuck Trump. It is fuck Trump, but at the same time, they don't actually care about the substance of the issue. They just want to oppose Trump. That is legitimately it. Like, there was a neoliberal I was debating on this when it comes to Biden and shit, why I'm not voting for Biden. And I said, well, he doesn't seem to care about any of this at all. He says, well, you guys just started talking about police brutality a month ago. Dude, people have been talking about this for fucking decades now. Like, no, not a fucking month ago.
Let me talk to you about what's going to happen, what gets cut from the police department when you defund them. Are you going to be there to protect women from getting abused?
I mean, I don't like providing a no-you type of argument, but are the police going to? Because about 40% of them beat their wives, and a good majority of them protect those police who beat their wives.
Are you going to be there for children who are on the internet getting exposed to predators? Are you going to be there when a woman is delivering her baby on the side of the road?
Police aren't for those people either. They aren't there for those people. You know who are, though? Those people I brought up earlier, CWS. If you get stuck on the side of the road with a fucked up tire, they will go and get you a new tire. If they'll pick up homeless people and bring them to the shelter and shit like that, they do actual good shit. They do better work than police do.
Are you gonna be there when someone is laying in the middle of the street with gunshot wounds? I need you to wake up. Use your brain. The noble police officers that go out and serve and protect on a day-to-day basis, they deserve support. They deserve funding. They deserve to be trained properly. They deserve to have the backing of the city.
You're right. There are very, very, very few good cops that should be recognized. But guess what? If you're protecting bad cops or defending bad cops, you are not a good cop.
You're going to take police from single moms, vulnerable children, domestic violence victims, the people who need them the most.
They aren't even there for them, like, 80% of the time, dude. I don't know, that's just a random number I'll pull out my ass, I'll admit that. But they aren't even there for them a lot of the times. Detroit, for example. You can get a fucking pizza faster than you can get a fucking cop over there. That's not a number I pull out my ass. That is an actual fact, and I'll pull that up.
You're robbing them. And you should be ashamed of yourself. There are bad apples in every profession.
Yes, but the difference between bad apples in other professions and bad apples in policing is a lot of the bad apples in policing leads to fucking death.
The police department is not exempt. And every single person I've talked to, every single person watching this video hates bad cops. But you know who hates bad cops the most? The good cops.
Right, that's why they defend the bad cops, right?
The ones who stick around. The ones who serve properly. And you're making it hard on them. Patriotic Americans don't defund the police, they defend the police. Join me in supporting police officers all over the country so we can make this country a better place.
Well, shit, guys. I guess I'll end this video with saying, fuck the police. And, yeah, I guess leave a comment calling me a anarchist piece of shit. And, leave a dislike. And, yeah, Slimber out.